Welcome to a highly questionable Tuesday. What do we have that you like today, Bo?
2 overtime basketball games, because it's not like anybody had to go to work in the morning or anything like that.
Still rooting for
I'm serious, man.
sleep.
Come on.
He still wants to sleep, old man. Vamos, papi.
Let's crush it.
Oh, for the love of God.
How do you explain what Steph Curry did last night?
Oh, man. Sean Livingston got himself ejected in the first half. It was ridiculous and foolish because this team was supposed to be trying to look out for Steph Curry in his first game back. He came off the bench, so this meant that Steph Curry had to play a lot, and that meant Steph Curry went for 17 in overtime. Just look at this. Like, this, I mean, this is ridiculous.
You can't leave him that open.
Gotcha.
Come on, man. It's kind of redundant announcing that you're back at that moment. We all kind of realized it together.
Here we got more, by the way. We have more. Here we go. Mason Plumlee, you can have some too. Oh! Let me get that back. Wow! Oh, my Mason Plumlee, I take rebounds from you. I'm right here too. He scored 17 points in 5 minutes.
That's ridiculous.
The only explanation I have is,
Yeah, that's a good explanation. I'd go with that, too. 17 points in overtime. Keep in mind, the Heat and the Raptors, all of them together in overtime, they didn't score that much last night. The Heat and Raptors played another overtime game a couple of games ago. They didn't score that much in that overtime either. All of them combined. We're looking at an unprecedented scorer in terms of efficiency, what he can do from the three-point line. And last night, what he had, and I know this is blasphemy. You guys get mad when we say he's scoring kind of like Jordan. He had his Jordan moment. Jordan's got a lot of those moments. He had his Jordan moment last night.
You know, I wasn't really impressed by the Blazers. You know, they didn't go for his ankles, his knees, you know, his neck. You know, I mean, they played that soft. They played soft.
that's pretty much all that's left for them to do, by the way. Like, they had their chance. They really did.
I mean, his neck. We're going to go after his neck.
I mean, not like we've never done that on this show before.
I mean, he's
Peyton
encouraged
Manning.
going after Peyton Manning's neck.
I mean,
How are you
but
gonna go after
is
Steph
Steph's
Curry's
neck somehow more precious?
Did Steph Curry deserve to be the first unanimous MVP?
That's right. Nobody else got a first-place MVP vote. They all went to Steph Curry. Michael Jordan didn't do unanimous in 1996. LeBron didn't in 2012. Shaq didn't in 2000. This guy did it. Now, the question of whether he deserves it, there's no real way to answer that. If you were to vote for Steph Curry, then you would think that everybody should vote for Steph Curry. Everybody thinks their MVP should be unanimous. It's just surprising that this happened, which is really a testament more than anything else to how much everybody likes this guy. Even though, if you saw the previous videos, he's really a lot like the guys that those people normally can't stand.
You know what? He makes an excellent point here. Michael Jordan's public moments where you saw him on the court, they tend to be pretty humble. Being carried off the court by Scottie Pippen, shrugging his shoulders like, I don't know how I'm making all of these threes against Portland. Steph's not that. Steph is an unbelievably cocky player on the court, and usually you don't like him enough to make him a unanimous MVP. Usually someone punishes that kind of behavior, but he's got such a halo around him right now that we all love him. And you know why? Because he's small and he's doing it different. It's small that's buying him all this, and a little bit of that off-court humility at the microphones.
He's America's everyman whose dad happened to play in the NBA.
Yeah, there's that.
You know who's really upset with that voting? LeBron.
Oh, yes.
He was very
Yes,
upset,
yes,
you know,
of
because he
course.
thought that he should have been the MVP, you know.
This
He
year?
said, you know, I mean, I deserve the MVP, but there were two guys ahead of him, you know.
That's the thing. LeBron didn't even finish second. Kawhi Leonard, whose voice I don't recognize because I've only heard it once in my life, got second. This was the time for the voters to reward the humble guys.
The Raptors hit series is close, but they say good.
No.
Oh, God, no. No, it's awful basketball.
It's not even close to being good. The one good thing we're getting is Dwayne Wade giving us some of that vintage spades play because he was walking jacks all over the place last night. You get surprised when you see him do it like this, but you're reminded this is one of the greatest players of all time. And that's the only thing to talk about in this series. That game was so bad in large part because DeMar DeRozan, I don't know if it's his thumb. I don't know if he went blind. I have no idea of a time I can see a guy that was an all-star. He doesn't look like he's in a slump. He looks like he's broken.
It is crazy that Kyle Lowry has had one good half in this series. DeRozan has been terrible. I think it's because that thumb is a mess. He can't make free throws. His first shot of the game was an air ball. This is close basketball. It's actually mildly interesting basketball. It's a very slow-paced basketball, and it's awful basketball. And I felt like what should have happened there is that Dwayne Wade layup that ended up stuck on the rim. Everyone should have just gone home right there and ended the series. Right there, everybody just walk off the court and leave.
Well, I don't know. I kind of like last night's game.
Oh, I know you did. You should put up that picture of my father, blissful in the arena, looking post-coital after the game. Empty seats all around him. Look how happy he looks. Radiant here. Look at him.
What those post-squirrel mean, you know? Oh,
I don't know what post-squirrel means. I think post-coital.
He says Stephen Strasburg worth the $175 million.
Man, it's not my money, but I wouldn't give any of this kind of money, giant contracts, to Power Arms. Look at what's happening to David Price in Boston. He's not that old. His velocity is already down. He's at the front end of one of these long contracts. I'd let all these guys go and go with younger arms, especially if you've got an arm injury like this one. But in the defense of Washington, he is at least under 30. He's not getting one of these giant contracts and being over 30 years old to boot.
But he will be over 30 when it's time for him to make the decision as to whether or not to opt out of his contract. I think the Nationals are in an interesting position because they've done so much in the course of his career to try to protect his arm. If you're going to do that, you almost have to validate the decision by bringing him back. But you mentioned David Price, Dan. That brings up something interesting. The Tampa Bay Rays have made a strategic decision. We're not keeping anybody around over 30. It seems to be the smart way to play it. It really hasn't burned them yet. Why are teams still signing guys up over 30? Just because you're in a big market doesn't mean you can't apply some of the techniques they're using in smaller ones.
You know, $175 million? Boy, you can buy a lot of Tommy John's operation for that kind of money, you know. You can even get a new arm, you know.
I mean, you could.
Two
right?
new arms, really. You know, for $175 million, you can be throwing both arms, you know, right?
Probably doesn't throw 90 miles, you know, doesn't throw 100 miles an hour.
What's an arm going for these days? They got them on eBay?
I mean, you probably could buy one of those.
How do you pronounce his last name?
Jaeger.
Jaeger?
Jaeger.
Jaeger.
Jaeger. Yay.
Like a Y. Like
Jaeger.
Jaeger.
Jaeger?
Jaeger. Jaeger.
Jaeger.
Jaeger. Jaeger. I think you just me now.
No, he's
Jaeger.
not. He's not.
Jaeger.
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 Yay.
Jaeger.
Yay.
Jaeger. Okay.
Yay.
Okay. Was going to the Kings a smart move. Was going to the Kings a smart move for Dave Jaeger?
I don't care whether it was smart for the Kings or not. I kind of want to address what Jaeger did here because it's kind of morally, ethically not the right thing to do. Now, it's a good business move by him. He got a lot more money and he got a different job. But snooping around for another job while you have a job got him fired. And I'm just wondering whether any of you in the media or fans would tolerate this kind of behavior from, say, a player, because the authority figure shouldn't be behaving this way, and he just morally and ethically kind of wrong, got fired, and ended up with a double the salary situation.
And while all of those things are correct, I suppose I'm inclined to sympathize with the man who looked at his current working situation and said, nope, I'm going to go work for Vivek and Flade. You know what? I am going to leave this place I am in where I've been making the playoffs, and I'm going to go coach Boogie Cousins. I figure that if that's the decision that you ultimately make, it must have been real bad for you where you were. This must be better for everybody.
I don't understand. If it is pronounced Jaeger, how come it's spelled Joerger? You know, I don't understand that.
I mean, it's a good question.
Yeah.
It's a good question. It's a silent J.
I don't know.
The
Yeah.
R, that the first R is silent as well.
I don't trust him.
Okay. Wow, that seems strong.
Plus, he cried too, right, on a press conference?
That's right.
You got to be aware of him, buddy. I'm telling you.
He did cry about how
That's
much
right.
he loved the guys on the team at the job that he was actively trying to get the hell away from.
Yeah.
There's that.
He's going to be crying again soon. You watch him. Is the rule that took away JT Realmuto's home run?
Yes, there are only two ways the Marlins make this program. Giancarlo Stanton hits a ball to the moon, or they do something real Marlin-y. Smells kind of fishy. Check this out. There's Real Muto. He hit that a mile into this thing they got out there in center field.
That cost like $3 million.
Wow. Now, you notice he looks a little confused. Oh, yeah. You know that thing where you can't run in front of the guy ahead of you on the base paths? That happened. That's an out. Ozuna thought that it wasn't going to be a home run, so he was going to tag up.
Yep.
And, I mean, we're not getting rid of that rule just because of that, are we?
No, we don't need to change the rule. How about you adhere to the rule of you're not allowed to pass a base runner on the base paths? They turned a 2-run home run somehow into a 1-run single because Marlins baseball. The Marlins are playing very well, actually, but that's hard to do. Why are we changing the rules because the Marlins can't run the bases right?
Here's a rule we could change. If they would allow that man to stand at home plate and admire his shot, then there would have been no chance he would have run in front of him. How about that? You stand at the plate till everybody else scores, then you take your precious time getting around.
Yes.
You know, I think that's a rule. I think that the batters only have to step on home plate when you hit the homer. That's it. You don't run the risk of pulling a hamstring, hurting one of your knees, hurting one of your ankles, Plus you cut down the time of the game too, You don't have to go around the bases, So they should change that right away.
What fun's a home run if you don't get to pimp it out a little bit?
Wow, he not only changed the rule, he just erased the home run trot. Went an extra mile on that.
Hey, Rod Manfred, I'm available. I got a lot of good ideas. Okay. Give me a call in my phone here.
Okay.
This is my phone,
This is my phone. Okay.
180 banana.
180 banana.
So it's not an 800 call. It just seems like one, but it's 180 banana.
It's 6 digits in a 2-digit area code.
Well, it's very strange.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
Oh, wow, that looks a lot like him.
Well.
And that's creepy.
Played the game that is throwing his hat in the ring to be the next president. Do you question?
Best news I've heard all day. You give us topics and events, and we question them.
Do you question if this fan is awesome or creepy?
We're going out to Nats Park. What in the world just happened?
Awesome or creepy?
Oh,
wow, that looks a lot like him.
Well.
And that's creepy.
It is a bit creepy. My question is, if you're going to go all that way to dress like Bryce Harper, you might as well put that on the road. Sitting there by yourself isn't getting your money's worth. You need to be in some sports bar somewhere trying to see who you can fool.
I mean, he looks a lot like him, except for he doesn't look like he has power-hitting muscles. That guy looked flimsy.
But he has the same size jersey. That's the thing. He got the actual Bryce Harper jersey, except he has the Bomani Jones torso.
If I were the manager of the Nationals, I saw him up and put him in the lineup. Maybe the other team will get confused and start working him also.
Yes, put him at cleanup to protect Bryce Harper. That's a good idea. Put him right behind Bryce Harper and say, now what you going to do? I got another one.
We're basically tossing Ryan Zimmerman out of the lineup to replace him with a human mannequin.
You think you're so smart, Joe Madden? What do you think of this?
Yeah, you put that one ahead of Bryce Harper. That's it. You don't put him behind Harper. You put that one in the other Bryce Harper spot in the lineup. And then after you walk him up to the plate, Bryce Harper.
You mix it up. You never know which Bryce Harper you're pitching to.
If Lane Kiffin was a baseball manager, he totally would have done this.
I got a lot of good ideas, I mean, if one of these teams, they want my consulting expertise, I'm always available,
You can call him right here on the phone.
180 banana. That's it.
Same number.
Do you question if this is a good place to dock your boat?
Dock your boat. Wow.
That's slang?
Yeah, there were a lot of things there that scared me. What do we got?
He's right there now.
Is there going to be a giant animal that emerges?
He's coming up right here, dude.
Oh, is that a whale?
Oh, good Lord.
That would be a whale.
Yes, and I was correct on the giant animal. Yes. That is why the sea is scary to me. I never know where I am if that's going to emerge.
I mean, I just want to know this. If those things are in that water, whose idea was it to build docks? Once you figure out that these things are around, we got to pick the docks up and go somewhere else.
Pick another place. By the way, that was a big mouth for very small fish. What that guy, very inefficient whale there. How many fish did that whale get in emerging
All
there?
that were there,
Yeah,
right?
everything that was there. That's true.
Boy, that whale can eat you and me whole.
Really?
Wow. Do you question if this cage was the right speed for this slugger?
Oh, what is this going to be? Batting cage, you know?
Cage
like the
with the
medium,
right
like the
speed?
fast, you know?
Okay, what do we got? Too fast?
Oh, no.
Oh, dear Lord. Oh, no. Oh, he's going to get hit right in the helmet. No, no, get out of the way. Kid, get out of there.
Why is that bat so heavy? Like, they don't have a kid bat? Oh!
Oh, there it is. Yes. Oh, look at who found that funny. Look at this. Oh, do we have a Bomani cam there? Because we saw the real Bomani there. Look at that.
This isn't the real Bomani.
Yes.
This is the startled and shocked Bomani.
Yes. Woo! Now he sees the funny in it. Look at that.
No.
You can't deny it while
I don't
laughing.
find this funny on principle. It was amazing camera work. Like, how did he know that was going to be coming? It was a serendipitous bounce. Well, at least for the cameraman. Not so much, you know, for the guy over there on the ground who shouldn't have been there in the first place. That's why it's funny. He shouldn't have been there.
Right.
Savage. Poker got fatter. She called me daddy. Smoking that gas. Gone off that sunny. Cheese on the powder. Nowadays, I'm on my haters got sadder. Money got longer. Speaker go louder. Car go faster. This broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that has no morals. See or no?
Tell us what's on television. He'll forever be intrigued.
On TNT, Game 5, Thunder and Spurs.
Yeah, you don't need to sell me much on this. This should be a lot of fun. There's some cool video circulating around the internet if you want to read some lips on Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant, where Westbrook is saying, you want me to take Kawhi? And Durant is saying, no, I got him. And then Durant does what he did in the fourth quarter the other day, where he goes crazy and Kawhi doesn't get anything at all with Durant guarding him. You should watch tonight. It's going to be fun. But, Monty, are you intrigued?
I am intrigued. We could also try to do some lip reading on some Kawhi Leonard video, except there would be nothing to read.
That's true. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued because I'm telling you something. Tonight, Popovich is going to reach deep into his bag of tricks and he's going to pull out his ace. He says it's going to be Boban. Boban is going to come through tonight. He's going to stick Boban to Durant, and it's going to be that's going to be a neutralizer.
No, maybe on Steven Adams. It's not going to be on Durant.
Unless the plan is for Boban to foul him 6 times really, really hard.
What is that?
You're right. That's a stupid idea.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, he should put Boban on Westbrook.
Yes, that's much
it.
better. Much better
That's
idea.
much better.
Yeah, it is. It is a much better idea.
In Russia, the World Ice Hockey Championship.
Really? We're going to cover the World Ice Hockey Championships more than we're going to cover, the NHL Championships, which I don't believe there's been any of us in the show. Okay, no NHL in the show today, but we go out to Russia, and we've got Germany and Finland, and you get game misconducts for fighting. You shouldn't be fighting. You can't be fighting.
Tell that to him.
Oh, yeah, we're not going to fight. Look at that. That looked like it might have escalated into a fight, but no, I'm not allowed to fight. That's not allowed. We're going to stop. Go ahead, hit me. You're not allowed to fight. All right, that's one way to handle it. Bomani, are you intrigued?
Yeah, you might not be allowed to fight, but you're not required to just put your face out there just to see if he's going to hit you or not. Like, I mean, you are allowed to, do one of those, aren't you?
No, he knew he wasn't going to hit him. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Listen, I mean, that video doesn't show the best player in Russia. The guy who scores all the goals.
Oh, Putin. That was this rigged game. My father referencing a video. Did that guy have a camera on his helmet? Yeah,
I
look.
don't really understand why you think it's rigged. I mean,
Okay.
maybe it's another old man in the
All
goal.
right, Putin getting it done right there. That wasn't tilted at all in his favor.
On ABC, BattleBots, Gears Awaken.
I mean, that sounds pretty good sight unseen. Let's see the sights.
Victory. What form will it take? Is it curved like a blade? Honed like a razor's edge? Or could it be a tank? with air support.
What prevails when sharp minds devise devious designs? When those practiced in the art of destruction let their modern masterpieces collide.
It's robot fighting time!
56 brilliant teams are about to find out whose weapon conquers all.
I mean, that trailer tried. They tried to make that interesting, right? They tried to make all of that cool and interesting. No, thank you. Bomani, are you intrigued?
Yeah, that looked like a room full of people who had one thing in common. They'd never be hanging out with me.
Boppy, are you intrigued?
See, I'm very intrigued. But listen, those are no robots. You want to see a robot? This is a robot.
Oh, here we go. There it is. That is a destructive robot. That is.
That robot is also 72 years old.
That is a sad
Go,
robot.
Poppy.
Go, Poppy.
Go, Poppy.
Go, Poppy.
Go, Poppy.
Go.
Why aren't you guys on the same beat?
Go.
Why aren't you on your own beat?
Wait, I got
He's
stuck.
stuck.
I
He's
got
stuck.
stuck.
Poppy is stuck. Poppy
More like
robot
a
is
tin
stuck.
can. Somebody give me that can of oil so I can grease them up.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
Same time tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Gracias. See you mañana.
I am a robot. I am a robot.
Wow, we're not going to let this go.
My name is Poppy.
Okay, great.